Hi everyone, this is Marcia. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another project. These are the pieces we're going to be working with today. We're going to do a necklace using some, if not all, of these pieces here. I'm not sure about this one, but this project was inspired by Connie Shaw. She recently did a necklace and it was called Fire and Ice. And she had similar drops, like the points that she used. I'll leave a link to that in my description box below. So go check that out and you'll see what I mean. It's the same, but it's not. And honestly, I don't know how this one will end up. I pulled out some things that I thought went well together. But as you all know, once you get into it, anything can change. So we're going to start off by taking things apart. Then we'll lay it out and we'll go from there. We'll see what works, what doesn't work. So I hope everyone's doing well. You ready for this? This is a necklace. These are the beads. This was the center. And it had ribbons. These ribbons, which I've already removed. They were, the ribbons came up on the side and it was like this. But as you can see, this is strung so tightly that they just roll. They flip and flop and it's not good. It's not a good look. So I like the beads. These are tourmalinated quartz beads. And they range in colors from light to dark and sizes. So we're going to take it apart and we're going to lay this out differently to where it makes more sense, not just all jumbled, And we'll start probably with the dark in the center and work our way with the light going toward the back. I have these beads. I believe they are glass beads. They're 4mm and I have a strand of them. Again, everything here was in a jewelry jar. I'm going to have to probably use pieces from my own stash. Definitely the beading wire, which this is what I'll be using, the bead-along. I would prefer, but this goes good with the black. It's a darker, it's called bright, but I have a lighter silver, but I don't have a lot of it. But this is what we're going to be using to string the beads. And then we'll get the clasp and all of that stuff later. So, first off, like I said, we're going to take this apart. This is, I believe it's just strung on, it looked to me, the monofilament. Let me see if I'm right. Yeah, it's not wire, I don't believe it would. Yeah, it's just monofilament. So, I'm going to take all of these off. Get rid of that. This is beautiful. Some of these beads, there's a lot of gray in these, and I like this, and I thought, well, maybe I'll throw in some crystal and maybe some silver as well, the silver beads. But one of my viewers told me this was a watch band for an Apple Watch, I think. I think that's what she said. But anyway, it has a lot of beautiful beads. I don't have an Apple Watch, so we're going to use the beads. And it's kind of funky anyway, so it needs to be reworked somehow. Oh my goodness, I was expecting this to come off. I thought these were separate beads. Oh, that's attached. Oh, I like that. Oh, that has possibility. And I like this end. That's the only one that's actually tight. I like this. This is no good to us. I'm sure I can figure out, it's probably just the pen I have to push through. But we are going to, if we don't use this in this project, we'll use it in another project. But anyway, let me continue taking this stuff apart. We'll see what we can do as far as matching pieces up, and I'll be back in a little bit. While I was away, I put these in the best order that I could for the color and the size. I have 24 beads that I used. There were some that were just, they didn't match. I couldn't find matches or anything similar to keep it balanced, and colors didn't look right. So those we won't be using. I went ahead and I cut myself a length of beading wire, a lot longer than I need, but I'm not sure how this is going to go, so I think I have this one on backwards. So anyway, I started stringing. I'm not sure I like the 4mm. I'm going to stay with it for now, but I think I need to turn this one over. I'm going to turn it over, although that doesn't look right either. Looks like it's the way these are drilled. It's kind of odd. Well, that might work. It's almost, they have a front and back. There's more of a flat side, so I'm trying to keep that to the back whenever possible. Okay, this is, I don't know, it can get confusing. But anyway, I did start, like I said, I cut my wire, laid out my beads, picked out the ones I'm going to use, and then I graduated them from the largest and the darkest in the center, and then fanning out. So there are going to be a couple of lighter ones that are a little bit longer, but I'm hoping once it's all put together, it will look all right. If not, we start over. Well, I'm going to continue with this side, at least get the one side done, and we'll see how that looks. That will be, like I say, this portion will be the front, and then we still need the back, the just beads and or some of these crystals and other beads, but I don't know. We have to play with it. So let me do that and I'll be back. Alrighty, I am back. I've been off playing for about a week now. Actually, this project was supposed to be last week's project. When I started filming it, that was the intent. But I had to go off and do something else because this one proved to be quite difficult. As you can see, I have my bead board. I have this laid out. I have one side of it already strung. I really have played with this. I have put these beads on and off and on and off several times. When I started this project, I broke these tourmalinated quartz apart off the string they were on, and I originally laid out 24 that I thought would be the front of my necklace. Well, these beads, although I find them unique and quite beautiful because they are a gemstone, how these are drilled, they're almost impossible. No wonder that necklace was a jumbled mess. They twisted a lot. Some of them were drilled high, some were low, some front, back, some of them were slanted. So when you actually strung them, they didn't lay properly. So I went from 24 to 15. And some of these still, they're not perfect, but they are what they are. This is what I have left. And like I said, these holes are all over the place, and it just, when it was on the necklace, it just did not sit right. These may be used in another project somehow, some way, but not today. So, and the black beads. I kept calling them 4mm. I think I actually measured one after I said that. Maybe there was one that was larger and I thought it was closer to a 4mm, but they're measuring like 3mm. But they didn't turn out like I thought they would either. I thought they would complement the dark, the blacks and the grays in these, And they do, but they were too dark for this project. So I went with the silver beads, silver tone beads, and I find that they work a lot better. Anyway, I went ahead, like I said, I strung it because I struggled and I didn't want you to have to just watch me do all of that. This would have been a 3-hour video if I had done what I did over the last week with these pieces. I literally had to just put it aside. It was getting the better of me, so I went on. I did that necklace last week, the turquoise colored and silver tone beads. I did that, and now we're back to this. I'm not sure about this last bead up here. I'm hoping it's not too big that it won't be uncomfortable on the neck, but this is what we have. Like I said, this side is done. I laid I'm not sure what size. I was going to say a 4mm. No, 6mm probably. Oh, it's a 5mm. These silver beads in front, silver tone beads. I don't think they're silver. They could be silver plated, but didn't test them. They came off of another piece. I'm not sure. Necklace, bracelet, something. But anyway, these are 5mm, and these are 8mm. And these, I think, the gray ones are a 6mm. These gray ones were off of that watch band, as were these crystal beads I threw in for accent. But this is how it's going to look. So with that being said, I'm going to go off camera. Or maybe I'll do a few on camera. And then I'll go off and finish stringing this. I don't know. Like I said, I kept doing little changes, and I'd look at it and say, nope, it's just something did not seem right. And when I did this, I didn't know if it'd ever be 100%, because there's always something I can think of that I'd like to change. But I think I'm okay. I'm thinking this is the way it's going to be. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish stringing this side, and we'll put the clasp. We're working with the crimp beads again, crimp tubes and wire guards, so hopefully they won't prove too difficult this week, and we'll get this necklace done. Well, that doesn't want to go through. Might have to trim my end. So let me go ahead, finish this side. We'll come back and put the clasp on. Okay, everything is strung. Sure does shine, has a lot of sparkle. And I held it up to my neckline. It's about 19 inches, I think. On the beadboard, I think it said 19 inches. That's the center. So I'm happy with it. I like the little touch of gray. I like the bicones. They definitely add some sparkle. It's different. So let's add the clasp. I'm going to take one of the crimp tubes, put it on. I don't think I really need to explain this, but let's see what side this goes. On that side, so I'm going to add the ring. Okay, we'll add the ring. It just flew out of my hands. I gotta go find it. Be back. All right, let's try this again. Got a jump ring. I'll put that on. And I'm gonna, oh no, let's do the wire guardian. I'm not gonna take that jump ring off because it'll just slide on it. Let's go up one side. of the wire guard. One top through the channel and back down the other side. I'm going to get the it's rather springy. Go down the crimp tube, pull everything, make sure that wire is sitting inside the channel on top of the wire guardian. I'm going to pinch closed. And make sure that's not popping out of that channel. Get these. Go into that second opening there. I did do that, but I noticed there was some play in that, so let's see if this will close it up. And these jump rings, that's why I like working with sterling silver. You don't contend with the sticking. Okay, and then we're going to smash it. Hopefully. Okay. That's not, I'm tugging really, really hard on that, so that's not moving, so we're going to put these beads, or put the wire through the beads. No, we're going to put that on. So while I still have room. This may be the last time I do this on camera because it is just so small. Okay. Oh, it was in there and it fell out. Fell off. Okay. Anyway, we got it in there. I'm not particularly happy with these covers. I got them on Amazon, and they are a brand, not a brand that I'm familiar with, but I guess I was being cheap. So we just have to close this up little by little, and of course everything is going to twist. Here we go, we're getting there. Almost there. I was going to switch over to the flat nose, but keep that out of. Keeps wanting to turn. See, there's still just a slight gap. There we go. Got it. Now we can put these beads over the wire. Some people will cut it right next to the crimp. I don't know why I don't like doing that. I just don't. So there we've got the one end, and we're just going to snug our beads up against that end and put the other side of the clasp on this side, and we'll be done. Yay! I hope I wasn't too close. I was holding it up, and I may have been way too close. So let's let's put this. I had quite a bit of wire left over. Come on. I'm going to go down these three. Maybe through the large bead as well. And pull it tight. I'm not going to snip it off just yet. Want to make sure those wires weren't crossed. Just going to leave a little bit of play in there. Just a little bit. I don't think that's pulling. Now the crimp cover. You know what? I'm going to put that on off camera, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished piece. You don't need to see me struggling with that again, and I need to get closer. So just give me a minute. Okay, we're done. I had to get another crimp cover for some reason. Well, the crimp tube did not want to go down inside of it. So I switched out and got another one, and it fell in, and I squeezed it up, and we are good. Speaking of squeezing, oh, no, don't use those. Yeah, that one looks like it was not laying right. The wire guardian looked like it was crossing over instead of laying. So, that's it. I don't know why this one was such a struggle. But I am happy with the sparkle. I don't know about these beads. If I'll work with the other ones. Never say never. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like the silver? I don't know. Like I said, my original thought was to put these black beads in with these to bring out the black, but it did not work out that way. Well, that is it. This week's project is done. Hopefully, I'll see you next week with another project. We still have earrings to make for that turquoise necklace we did last week, and we have those large 2-hole pieces that came off the original necklace that we may incorporate into a bracelet. So maybe that'll be next week's. Maybe not. But anyway, I will see you on the next video. And until then, you all take care. Bye-bye.